Hello everyone, and a very, very warm welcome to you all from the city of Swift Current in Canada. We're in the southwestern part of the country for the Ford World Women Curling Championships 2016, and it's a return to Swift Current for the championship. We were here in 2010 when Germany won. Swift Current has a population of around 17,000. It's all about the grasslands here, the prairies as they're known. Farming, key part of the community. And they love their curling here too. They've turned out in big numbers at the Kenyan Union Iplex for round robin action this week. And we're on to draw 12 now in the round robin. Teams are marching in and being introduced to the crowd. And Japan against Germany will be our featured matchup in session 12. Japan with a great win last night. Germany losing out to Italy. I'm Alison Walker, and alongside me, Luke Coley, we'll be bringing you live commentary on that Japan-Germany game and keeping you updated with the rest of the action throughout the morning. So we're looking forward to this one. Japan really have been the revelation this week. They've been great to watch, and we're expecting a good tussle with Germany in this one. You can get around 3,000 fans inside here, and they've been turning out in around about 2,000 numbers this week, watching all the action. It's early in the morning, but they've done their stretches, they've done their warm-ups. And here they are for Japan, the lead, Yurika Yoshida. Second player, Yumi Suzuki. At third, we have Chinami Yoshida. And their skip, Satsuki Fujisawa. The German lineup, the lead, Pia-Lisa Schöll. At second, Marika Tretten. Third player, Annalena Jentje. And their skip, Daniela Drendel. So where are we then in the standings? Three-way tie at the top. 6 and 1, Canada, Scotland and Switzerland. 5 and 2, Japan and Russia. Denmark lurking there on 3 and 4 on that first page of the standings. And as we go further down, also on 3 and 4, Germany and the USA. Korea 2 and 5, and Finland, Italy and Sweden just with the one win so far. Not used to seeing Sweden holding up the table there. So here's the other games that are going on sheet A. We have Russia against Scotland, featured game on sheet B. Japan, Germany, Italy, Sweden on sheet C, and Finland, Korea on sheet D.
Well, team's just about set to begin. You look at those games on C and D, lower in the standings, but every game's so crucial. Qualification points, building towards the 2018 Olympic Winter Games in Korea. Of course, they're the host. They're the only nation that knows they will be going to the Olympic Games right now.
Yep, so they may not be in the playoffs or the medals, but every win absolutely does count here. So every game matters. When Germany won here in 2010, it was, of course, Andrea Schopp, the legend that she is in German curling.
Well, just awaiting the go-ahead. It will be Japan who will have the hammer to start things off. Japan wearing their black jackets, black shirts with the red stones, yellow. Germany with the white with red trim. Germany lost 3 straight now, and they're trying to snap that losing streak.
Yeah, from what you've seen of them, what do you make of them this week?
The experience is growing. There's moments where we've seen them play a very patient game. Can't help but go back to a game they played against Canada yesterday. Played an outstanding, smart, well-called, strategic game until maybe a little miscue in the 7th, and then it all spiraled down. Unable to hold on to that one, losing to Team Canada.
Yeah, that was a sore one after playing so well for most of the game. These guys, Japan had a great win last night over Sweden, Olympic silver medalists.
Well, just able to hold that one enough to make the hit. Draw in. Japan knows coming in, skipping to 1 world championship. This is their 2nd trip in Fujisawa. Really just looking to try and build upon that and earn points towards the Olympics. They're doing better than that right now, sitting in that playoff or possible. It would be a tiebreaker right now if the playoffs started.
Yeah, Pia-Lisa Schell is from Mannheim in Germany. She's a sports soldier and student.
See that a lot with the German side, the sports soldier.
Yeah, gives them time off to pursue their curling. The lead player for Japan, Yurika Yoshida, 22 years old, very young team. Curls out of Kitami and Tokoro Curling Club. This is Marika Fredkin, 32-year-old.
Playing in her first game of the event. She was listed as the 2nd coming into the championship, but as Micah Better as the alternate listed, but had played 2nd for the most part. Takes a seat and changes it up, trying to mix it up after the 3 straight games. Yumi Suzuki want to just remove this one. Doesn't want to leave a center if they're going to roll to the wing.
Reminder of the rules of play for you there. 6 ends minimum. You've got the 38-minute thinking time, and of course that 1 60-second timeout.
Well, a nice pair to start the game off for Marika, able to play the 2 hits and wide open first end of play.
Japan was saying last night the key to the win was getting a measure of the ice really early on, and it just clicked with them. Always difficult, a bit more difficult in the mornings as well, isn't it, Luke?
Yeah, you try and keep the same routine that you would another time, but obviously earlier in the morning. It's a 9 o'clock local start time. But they're here, they'll get a feel. They were running in the hallway right past where we do our prep work before the game.
Annalena Enchip, just 18.
Youngest player in the event.
Girls out of Füssen. Curling Club Füssen. In the Bavarian region of Germany. 4 years on this team. Tsunami Yoshida, third player for Japan. Works in an office when she's not curling. This team all from the Hokkaido region of Japan, northern part of Japan. There's kind of the hotbed of curling really there.
Well, Tsunami Yoshida has really played so well for Japan at the third spot. That'll really be important to see how Annalena Jentsch ends up playing against her, battling her. Cumulative percentage, 12% difference throughout the event between those two players.
Yeah, she has been a key player for Japan, as has the skip.
Have become a fan favorite here in Swift Current. Hard not to enjoy watching them play.
Well, and also they really seem to enjoy themselves. They enjoy playing. They're not afraid to try shots. And seem to work really well as a team look. I think that's what struck us most about. I mean, all curling teams do play as a team, but they seem to personify that whole kind of team bonding thing, don't they?
Yeah, there's something to be said about having the chemistry between your team, and not just the four players on the ice, but the coach and the alternate. Coach J.D. Lind, been working with them, the Japanese program since 2013, and hoping to get them in another Olympics. They played in all 5 Olympic Winter Games. Of course, first one since becoming a full medal sport again in '98, which was held in Japan and helped grow the game in their country.
And '98 was key to getting them interested, that's for sure. Daniela Drendel, the German skip. Also from Füssen in Germany.
Drendel rolls out, so an open draw and a chance to get an extra practice stone. They do have their practice session before the game where a chance to get a feel for what the ice is doing. It's been very consistent throughout the week. Jamie Barassa and his staff kept a good speed, and obviously in spots there can be patches where it's a little bit slower, so that's where the team and communication is vital.
And difficult to get the ice completely right all over it. That's where the skill of the players comes in. Good ice gets you good shots. Satsuki Fujisawa, Japanese skip. This team were the winners of the Pacific Championships.
There's a look at the time, 13.5 seconds. Will be to the back part of the rings.
Okay gewesen von der Länge. Ja, das hätte gereicht. Da müssen wir nur dranbleiben.
Well, got to really hold this just to make sure they catch a piece of it.
Okay.
Drendel, 2 shots rolling out, meaning throw this one through for Fujisawa. Give this front end to Suzuki and Yoshida a little breather on this one to throw through, get a look at the ice again. keep hammering to the second.
Yeah, our sweepers worked hard last night. So I hope we had a good night's sleep and rested.
Always tough. At one point in the event, you're going to play 3 straight draws. This is the last of 3 straight for Team Japan.
There we go. First end completed. Japan 0, Germany 0. So here we go with the second end of our featured game. Japan against Germany. There you can see all the action going on the 4 sheets. Plenty for the crowd to get into, but we're concentrating on this one. And Drendo finished with a 4-7 record in Sapporo last year. So she'll certainly want to improve on that.
Well, we saw that first end played open. That rock comes into the top part of the house for Germany. We've seen Germany a little bit more of a defensive approach, not going all aggressive. There, put that first one in, see what Japan does. Corner guard's going up. We'll probably see another center line guard.
Right, we'll just switch over, guide you to that Russia-Scotland game on sheet A. First end. Muirhead with a draw for 1.
Yeah, a lot of rocks in play early between these two front-running teams in the standings in a rematch of the 2015 European final that Russia won. Muirhead did lie 2, but Anna Sidorova came up with a double takeout on her last, leaving this draw for 1. Muirhead makes no mistakes, so Scotland with a 1-0 lead on sheet A. We'll keep a close eye on that. Scotland has a very tough finish to their schedule. They play Russia now, they play Switzerland, who's 6-1, they play Japan here, 5-2, and then Canada, 6-1 to finish round robin play.
Yep, all the teams that are up there at the top of the standings.
That's a Japanese tactic where he'll try and just play off that center line to try and roll it off, but Overcurl is just tapping it into the house. Good advantage early for this German side. Bring another one around.
At the other end of the table on 1 and 6, both of them, Italy and Sweden. On sheet C, let's give you an update here.
Well said, Germany had a 3-game losing streak. Sweden's on a 6-game losing streak here. Maria Pritz, 4-stone thrower for this Swedish team. Their skip Margarita Sigfridsson, who has 4 silver medals. Don't think she's going to have a medal this year, but gets off to a good start. 2-0 they lead.
That'll settle things down somewhat. Lost out to Japan last night. Not having the best of times, Team Sweden.
Trying to roll it just maybe a little in as a biter. Sits as a centerline guard. Well, there's that game plan. Just keep the center line open with the hammer. Try and roll one in.
Ja. Ja. Okay. Komm in 12.
Ist halt egal, wo wir hinlegen. Sie hat immer den Roll darüber.
Was?
Wir müssen eigentlich selber hierher. Gut, vor die Tee.
Thomas Lips been brought in to try and get things moving in Germany, national coach. Only around 1,000 curlers, I think, now. This is Germany's smallest winter sport. And really trying to re-energize the curling world over there.
Well, trying to choke off the corner guard here. Just sit in front. Talked about JD earlier, the coach of Team Japan, and smiles from the players' bench, or coach's bench, Mary Motohashi and JD Lind.
I think he told her a good story there. I'm sure it was about curling.
I'm sure everything they talk about is about curling.
Yeah, really good relationship between coaching staff and team.
Well, can they get past the front? Fabulous. Perfect roll right in front of that Yellowstone.
I got it, she said.
Look at Yurika Yoshida go on this one. Hold the line. And Yumi Suzuki ready to go if needed. All on its own, the little roll right in front. They want to try and pick this one clean, avoid their own. Very nice right back. Rolling just a little away, stick the shooter.
Good stones from both teams.
Yeah, good shot from one, another good response right back. Well, knew they had the option to roll to the corner, and it'll sit second shot and protected. Japanese team does a lot of little things very well there. Gets the roll, keeps their stone in play. It's not shot stone. It's behind the tee line. A lot of things that we talk about that you don't want, but that's where they could roll to get it protected. And you're forcing a little more difficult shot from Germany and Daniela Drendel.
These players always thinking 2, 3, 4 stones ahead. Might not seem like the obvious shot, but there is a method in the madness.
Well, this one from Germany want to be in front of the tee line. Oh, very nice. You see the time, 14.7. That's the hog-to-hog time. That is a good indication to compare ice speeds, whether here or back at their home curling club.
It means they're able to place that stone exactly where they want it. Allowing, of course, for all the other variables that come into play.
We'll play quiet, hit weight to try and just tap it and roll over. Can't really see much of that yellow.
That doesn't usually stop them. If they can see even the tiniest bit, they are after it.
Catch it thin, roll over in front.
Look at that.
Not quite in front, but still tough to remove and hold the shooter for second shot for Germany. Germany doing everything they can, but Japan forcing tough shots, and Drendel's answered back every time.
Bumper.
だから10でも結構曲がってたけど、やっぱ一回スイープ入る。
Bumper. Tick kürzer. Yep. Go, go, go. Yep. Ja. Nicht so schnell. Alles. Go, go, go. Yep. Weiter, 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 weiter.
While trying to avoid
Yep.
jamming that.
See Drendel shaking her head there.
And that's a case of maybe the inexperience. They needed to make sure. Better to peel it out, give up 2. Now it's an open draw for 3, just like that. And then Germany's played solid. One mistake. Huge.
Ja, deine waren minimal kürzer.
Well, yeah, even not just happy with 3 here. They're looking at a split to score 4 with that stone tight. I love the aggression here. Already lying 2.
Do you know, they don't need to do that. Why not take the easier option?
You know, you play this, you can still get your 3. You can throw your draw weight. You don't have to move it very far. Not a lot of risk in this. Even if you miss that one, you're going to throw the weight. It's going to stay in the house and score your 3.
See what happens. Last stone of this second end.
I love the look at it. Just it just automatically put the broom down, then decide to play this. And she's close too. Chip it in, roll another one.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Wow, great recognition by Yoshida in the house. Saying, wait, we can play this. We can get an extra one. And they get 4.
Yeah, what a fabulous start for Japan. All came from that mistake. But she had to still see the shot and make the 4, and she did. You're watching live coverage from the Ford World Women's Curling Championship 2016. We're in the Credit Union iPlex in Swift Current in Canada. Great to have your company. Alison Coley giving you live commentary on this, our featured game, Japan against Germany. And what a treat we had in that second end. I'm sure we're in for more of that. But a real blow for Germany there. And they didn't play the end that badly.
No, 1 shot. That's they're in a position at worst. They're going to give up 2. Had a chance to hit lie 2 and force a tough shot to get even a deuce if they wanted to try and go for it, but missed it on the wrong side of the rock, jammed it, and left not just a draw for 3, but Japan recognizing they can go for more and get the split to score 4. And they've been very efficient with the hammer, a stat used 45% of the time when they've had the hammer, they're scoring multiple points. They're going to win a lot
stuff,
of games.
isn't it?
There's a reason they sit with that 5-2 record. Coming off a Pacific Asian title that they had in November.
They've been traveling, playing a lot of games in this part of the world, getting the experience, building on that win.
Well, it's a long way back for Germany now. They do have 8 ends to try and come back.
Let's get an update elsewhere. On sheet D, let's take a look at that. Finland and Korea. Second end. Nakausta with the last stone.
Well, it hasn't been the week for either of these teams so far. Of course, Finland, medalist at the European Championship, winning a bronze. And Korea, silver medal at the Pacific Championship to qualify. This one comes down. Una Kausta, she'll get one.
So they take the lead after two. Back to our featured game. Look at that, 4 dominating that scoreboard there.
Well, very nice. They get a nice little break on that. They play the hit game very accurately. Peel that one, roll it off to a center.
Germany just need to keep calm, long way to go. Get a couple here, just get themselves back into it.
I'll try and roll it to another corner. Nicely done, opening that center line a bit, leaving just the one stone. Not a lot of difference in stagger in these, but could try and play the double peel.
Yeah, we've seen her make these shots previously. That was the primary objective.
Make sure you get the one. Well, Germany has to stay patient here, trying to just pick away at this. Use the guards, make sure they get their guards out in front.
Just going to hang on in there, just at the edge.
Hack weight. Yeah.
So they do have a corner. Try and use, just sit in front.
Hack. Backline. Hack. Backline. Hack. Hier. 9. Weiter.
Well, they are just chip off, roll to the back of the 8-foot.
Meine einfach so weit. Also ein bisschen hinter. Okay. Ja.
Well, I don't want to roll too far behind that corner. Now there is a little bit of an opportunity to use that corner. You could play the corner freeze. You can hit and roll.
Easy, easy, easy.
There's a little bit of a grimace there from Annalena.
Vier, fünf,
Yep. Zieh da hinten drauf.
hinten drauf. Go, 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 go.
Yep. Present. Hard.
Go, go, go.
Hard.
Well, it looks like a change now. Try and take it to the back one with a little extra weight. But in between.
It's an in-between shot, really, isn't it?
This end all been changed because of what happened last end, how the game's been played. Look, last stone, Daniela Drendel hit this on the other side, and she's okay. She doesn't give up the big opportunity. Jams it there. Maybe caught her in a different spot. Japan gonna draw for 3, electing to play the top one, try and split it in. And as we've seen from Fujisawa, hasn't missed these opportunities. Scores 4 for Japan and is in full hit mode, defense.
Yep, they've certainly come out of the stalls running.
どうするか。ちょっとこうするか。フィールでも。
They'd love to clip the back one in the process, but
They'll take that.
main objective, get rid of the German stone.
Er läuft ja noch wie vorher, oder?
Wenn wir da liegen, kann sie halt das machen. Aber da würde am ehesten noch hier das passieren. Also der muss nicht daher.
Ich finde nicht.
Dann kann sie das einfach.
This is where the sweeping to try and get the curl, trying to get it to curl a bit more, but just gets the one.
Keine Ahnung.
Getting up close and personal this morning with some granite.
Also ich finde, es läuft nicht so extrem aus. Minimal mehr.
Japan, the red stones, remember. Germany, yellow.
While trying to sit on the corner. Great weight, just that little, so tough to play that perfect freeze. But I think enough protected.
Shaking her head again, looking at a little disconsolate. Daniela. Nothing quite working for them at the moment.
どうする？これより弱くなればいいからね。そうだね。バックラインぐらい？バックでいいかな。バック12で。ちょっと気持ち落とすね。
Well, the problem with trying to blast what they can see of it is it may end up going off that red, spin back to the other red. Just leave the open hit. Try and get as much as they can see to try and punch that one through.
Just some idea of the line there.
Well, don't want to flirt with touching that guard. And they do. They rack on the front. Had to play it very tight. Just what doctor ordered for Germany, a draw for 2.
So, a little break for Germany. And they knew it was going to be very close, but they couldn't do much about it.
But a nice shot from Daniela Drendel, able to make it hard enough to remove, and now has the opportunity to draw for 2, cut that lead in half.
So here she goes, last stone of the third end. Hoping to narrow that gap, that lead.
Linie auf.
Alles Linie!
Alles. Go, 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 go.
I'll need to get this one to the forefoot to get that second point. But it's going to over
Tu den
curl.
Achter jetzt weg, der geht
Oh,
nicht.
and that is such a missed
Der Stein ist
opportunity.
scheiße. Der verliert auch richtig das Händel. Der verliert das Händel, der Achter. Der überkreuzt schon wieder.
aber jetzt nicht mehr rum.
Definitely caught up. Isn't what she thought, and only get the one. Tough to leave those points out on the ice.
Die
So
Länge war
after
genau
3,
richtig.
Japan 4, Germany
Ja, die
1.
Länge war perfekt. Das ist der Stein. Ich tue den Achter jetzt weg, der geht nicht. Der Stein ist scheiße.
Well, there's the numbers thus far. That for the big standout in the second end for Japan. Oh, it does happen. But recover well.
Nein, der ist gut.
Missed opportunity for Germany to get 2 in that last end. When your opposition are playing well, you really do need to take your chances.
Alles okay?
Well, need to play that all-out aggressive style. And tight center line to start things off.
Rita Yoshida, the lead. Good percentages from her. She had a really good week. We'll just see where this settles. And we'll give you an update on what's happening elsewhere.
Well, they draw to the open side, knowing that the second center line will be put out in front.
Lead player, Pia-Lisa Scherl. Good
Also
numbers
the-
for the lead.
Yeah, also the vice skip. She has a lot of input with Daniela holding the broom for her on her 2 shots. So that's a good feel on the weight as well.
Okay.
There's the 2 good centerline guards.
Over to sheet D, Finland, Korea, third end. Finland picking up 1 in the second.
4th stone thrower, Gimanchev, facing 3 Finland stones and has to go around those 3 you see.
Oh, this looks like a very difficult shot.
Well, has to get past the front, and does it have the weight? Spin off, cut the steal down, and it doesn't look so. It's going to be a steal of 3 and a 4-0 lead. Common thread out on the ice, a 4-0 score.
今ので69だった。約7。割といいよ。
And it's 4-1 in a featured game to Japan.
6, 8, 9.
Dranbleiben!
Sicher, Overtier.
Dranbleiben!
19. 19. Stor.
Now trying to draw around, and this one needs to stop in a hurry.
Okay.
Need to make every shot perfect, and that one will be tough. Deep in the rings really can't be used.
はいよ、はいよ。
10? ちょっと早くてもいいよ。ここ曲がるっけ？あ、いや、そんなに曲がんない。あ、でも3番だよね。
Yumi Suzuki, second player, she's 83%. Percentages for the whole team been good throughout.
We'll try and roll this one onto the paint as well.
あ、ナイス。ナイスゴール。10.7。はい。
Making it very tough to try and steal. Germany has to try and force or steal. Can't really afford to give up a multiple score again. Down by 3 already.
Schnell! Sehr schnell!
Sissi!
Schneller ist normal!
Sissi! Viel zu schnell.
Ich glaube schneller
Oh.
als normal.
When it rains, it pours sometimes.
熱く当たればいいよ。ちょっと深いとフリーズされちゃうから。はい。9番までなんぼだった。
ゆりね、9半でよかった。9半。うん。で、久しぶりだよね、こっちね。
そうだね。うん。
Even the body language of two teams is very different.
テンションは伸ばす。
うん。ウェイトいいよ。いいよ、ラインもいいよ。伸ばしもあるよ。あ、ちょっと重そうなライン入ってる。いいよ、ラインいいよ。ちょっと重そう。あ、いいよ。ウェイトいいよ、ウェイトいいよ。ちょっと曲がってないから。ゆり、67でいいよ。いや、ちな。やっ。
Just want to be top part of the house so nothing can freeze to it. Take. Could be another multiple point score.
Well spread out. Annalena Ninja, her player 77%, youngest member of the team. Manages to get rid of 1.
Just half shots, and when you're trying to mount a comeback and play precise shots, you need to be perfect.
Und jetzt sag mir, was ich anders machen
And really, 1 shot swung this game.
ステーションあれば。
Yes, Germany could have 2 in that third end, but wouldn't have been down by the 4 if have to pin it on one shot. Had been played first couple ends quite well and couldn't cap off the second end. Want to be top part of the house. Well, really tough to try and set up a steal or even a force when facing 3. They're all spread out and playing hits. You want to try and keep stones around. And this one, over curls will catch the back one. At least alert. Daniela Drendel has to be frustrated. That one misses everything.
Damage limitation more than anything. Let's go over to sheet 8. Russia, Scotland. Scotland with that great lead. Third end. Last stone from Anna Sidorova.
Now as Sidorova came up short on a draw in the second, gave up the steal. And here trying to pick that one straight across the top. Touches those reds, moves them all around. End result, a steal of 1 for Scotland, 5-0 lead.
Great start for the Scots.
Well, and Russia already a game back of Scotland coming into that game. Knew it was a big one, and right now, looking like Scotland full control.
And it's similar here. Japan very much in control, dictating play here.
Well, if you're Germany now, how do you avoid giving up a multiple score?
Well, how do you?
You got to try and make the double of those 2 reds, try and roll over, force Japan to come after you. And you need a little miscue from Japan if they're not going to score 2 or even 3 in the end. Saw Russia trailing. They have the same record as Japan coming in. With 2 full days of round robin play, that's 4 games left for each team. Top 4 make the playoffs. A win in this one by Japan and seeing Russia lose put them in a better position. Still, they know they have lots of work to do. Japan has USA, Scotland, and Canada left. Tough games, all 3.
And they will say, of course, 1 game at a time. We don't look too far ahead. Daniela Drendel, Germany skip. Not had her troubles to seek in this game.
Well, and misses the double, but will they get the roll underneath? Pretty good result, not making that double.
It's a nice shot.
But wide open still to play. Short little raise. Look at how close. I don't know how she doesn't catch that other red. You see Pia-Lisa Scholl waiting for it to touch that one.
She can't believe it.
It's one of those mornings. So come down, hit this red on the nose, get rid of the yellow. Maybe a little bit of roll would be nice. Not leave a double.
Natsuki Fujisawa, the skip, 86% for the whole tournament. One of the top skips.
No roll, but very nice. Nonetheless, to lie 3.
あ、遅いか。そうなんだった。あ、ごめん。遅くないよ。
And Drendel's out to cut this one down. Try and make the double and roll. Try and hide behind, but still be shot stone. I don't think she can get fully buried and be shot. She could probably roll a little away and just hold on to the 8 foot a little bit.
Yeah,
Sit shot stone.
We're looking at 2 for Japan, really, aren't we?
His
Maybe
percentages would be that in that favor right now with this scenario. Oh, another big sweep. Make the double. Have enough to get that out.
Gonna get there. Oh, not quite.
2 missed doubles and an open hit here for a 3.
Frustration from Daniela. Wasn't far away.
No, just wasn't enough to get that one all the way out. You can just see it in the body language. Tough first 4 ends.
Last stone of this 4th end. And this for a further 3 shots in the lead to build on their 4 already. Absolutely no problem at all. 3 red counters for Japan. What a brilliant start for them.
Lots to smile about right now for Team Japan.
And look at that lead now. And it's only after 4. Japan 7, Germany 1.
Well, a lopsided game, 7-1. Japan continues their strong play, and one of the, not surprises, but Cinderella teams, not one that you would have thought be going out and putting on this type of performance. Has experience a big factor at these World Championships, and this team does not have that much to show. Right now playing like experienced veterans.
Is there any way back for Germany?
They got to just take one end at a time, use the old cliche, get their guards, make 8 shots, give yourself a chance at 2, which they did in the 3rd end, didn't finish it. they want to have any chance in this one. Right now, on a 3-game losing streak, trying to end that.
They have come up against a team right at the top of their game at the moment. They're in this great run. And on this form, you would fancy Japan against most of the teams here.
Yeah, they'll have a real test in their last few games. And they will play a U.S. team that has lots of experience, playing a bit better since the early start of the event, sitting at a 3-4 record. And the U.S. knows they need a win that can try and help bring 4 losses back into play in the playoff picture, but right now still looking tough for those 4-loss teams to get in, which Germany's one of them. One thing they can't do is lose another one, and Germany, as you see behind, not what they want to have on the scoreboard in their 6-point deficit.
And you know, it's just horrible to look at, isn't it? It's just the effect that that has on you mentally at this stage in the game.
They tried to mix it up today, changed their lineup. Micah Bear, who's played second throughout, bring in Marika Tretton. Their lead, Scholl puts up the 2 guards. Japan can start playing some of their favorite type of shots, the hits. There's one. See a lot of this from Japan in this game from here on out. Very nice, just using those stones in the house. Know they're going to have to make a few shots to keep some stones around. I'm sure it's tough to look at the scoreboard, know you're down 6, try and go for it all, but just try and put a multiple score up.
Away goes another guard. And also, if you're Japan with that lead, it's important for them to keep up their concentration levels, not let that slip.
Well, their first couple of games, they did have some big leads that they were able to hold on to, playing the hits. See if they're able to stay focused as well. One's up tapping that one through. Don't know if that was, thought they were just trying to tap the yellow. Tough decision right now, how you go about it, which is a safe play. Try and catch that higher one on the right side of your picture and just pick both those yellows out. You're going to rather miss it catching that top one too thin than too thick. Well, that was a risk with that. They do leave that one around, but it's the only stone in play now. Germany, a couple options. They're going to elect to play the guard. They could split the rings, but it's still real early in the end to just try and split the rings. Well, the guard's in a pretty good spot. It does leave a chance at the slash. Running that one back in. I think sensing an opportunity to play this. Not wanting to let Germany creep back into this game. Well, just like that, let's make them both go away.
So, start again for Daniela.
I think they wanted to hit it a little closer on the center line to go across the top, roll everything out. Now still leaves the guard for Germany to use. It's a little nitpicking, though, at a 7-1 lead and having just one stone in play.
This one's coming in round behind that red guard. Good line. A little bit of it poking out though on the right hand side.
Pretty well protected. Well, it looks like electing play the straight back. Try and run that guard. It is theirs. Knowing it is tough to just sneak by and play that one in the rings. Right on the nose. This has to be frustrating for Germany right now. Just like you make a nice come around. And what does Japan do? They make the long run back.
Everything they do, Germany, Japan goes one better. Japan always seems to have the right response. I keep plugging away though, and they will.
Well, have to be persistent. Try and get your deuce. Drendel, out-turn, come around.
Super's working hard. Guiding this one down.
Well placed, Stone. Drendel gets into the forefoot. Seen two straight run back on the guard. Probably see a third. Oh, you made two. Why not go make a third and run this one back, get rid of it? Well, close again.
Oh,
Wow.
there we go.
Spectacular. Just the accuracy to play that back-to-back shot, know that that's the call. Now Germany had a decision. Do you take one, try and set up a steal, play the blank? I think fifth end, blank, try and set up your score at 2 in the next end. Again, just you see the broom exchange, just different broom heads. Each team allow just the new brooms. The heads, they mark them before every game. Some of them a little bit different, depending on trying to get more curl or be able to drag it a little bit further to the different styles of these synthetic heads and the fabric used.
Last of the sixth end. Just wanting everything to go away, and she does. And start all again in the sixth end. Start to build and try and get some numbers on that scoreboard. It's been hard graft for this German team in those first 5 ends. They trail. Going into the break, Japan 7, Germany 1.
Well, look back at the first half of this one, and second end after the key shot of the game, a miss by Daniela Drendel. Fujisawa and Yoshida in the house, seeing a split opportunity. Bring that one into the house, roll your shooter in, and score an early 4. Jumping out early in this one. Well, in the third, chance to score 2 back, cut the lead in half. Daniela Drendel made a nice shot on her first. This one, trying to get to the 4-foot, score her 2. And this one just over curls. Didn't have the weight, and it's only a single point. And fourth end trying to set up a steal, going aggressively, trying to make a couple doubles was Daniela Drendel in Germany. Didn't make either. And this left an open hit for Japan and Satsuki Fujisawa. Play the hit and stick there. Score 3. And a 7-1 lead after a blank fifth end. Well, Italy, Sweden keeping an eye all 4 games out on the ice. Both teams just 1 win. And look at those Yellowstones there belonging to Sweden. And Maria Pritz, chance to really crack this one open. 4-1 lead in the fourth end. Maria Pritz. Looks like can just a straight draw in, or even a little tap to score 4. Will come right through, and this one slides all the way through. Had a chance for 5, it looked like. And she finds that hole and only gets 4, but still an 8-1 lead. Finland, Korea over on sheet D. Fifth end and play around that center line. Yellowstones belong to Korea. Looks like close to having, not sure who shot in the 4-foot there, but Una Kausta playing the draw, the out turn, come around. Get to the 4-foot. For a second point, it looks like has to get a bite of the button. And they're going to just let that one come up short so they don't tap it up. And it is a single point for Finland. They were shot in the back of the button. So they improved their lead to 5-2, as you see on sheet D. 8-1, Sweden leading after 4. And Russia yet to be get on the board against Scotland.
Vergiss ihn jetzt einfach mal. Wir haben gesagt, jeder für sich und alle füreinander. Ich habe schon das Gefühl, dass wir hier gerade füreinander arbeiten. Und jetzt muss noch jeder für sich ein bisschen. Weil bei mir kommt ja auch nichts. Also von dem her.
And how different the two teams must be feeling. There's the stats after 5 ends, the 7-1 scoreline, and as you'd expect, Japan ahead in every single area.
And Germany will try and set up their 2 in the next end, even on the draws, but Japan has played a lot of hits, and they'll continue to play a lot of hits from here on out in this game. 7-1 advantage. Japan finishing a 3-game stretch yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, and this morning. Held the afternoon off before playing tonight against the USA. Be a nice way to finish off that stretch. Right now leading 7-1.
And what will Thomas Lipp's been saying to that German group, I wonder? Hard to get them going.
Forget the first 5, get things set up, make your shots, try and get a deuce here in 6.
And look for any Japan slip-ups. Must take advantage.
And as well as Japan played, Germany did not play a bad first 5 ends. The 3 in the 4th end was partially due to the circumstances. They were playing early to try and get some guards, try and play for a steal. Didn't work out. Japan made some nice clearing attempts. And that led to 2 just narrowly missed doubles. And they only give up 2.
The implications of some of those shots. Small margins. Everything just clicking with Japan at the moment. Don't show any signs of weakness. There's the lead player, 88% for this game.
And you always want to try and be above your tournament average, and see the advantage there, trying to bring another one in. Well, they've seen a little different strategy now from the German side. Normally you see the 2 corners, you go opposite sides. Here they're going the same side, basically similar to when you have trying to put 2 center line. You're trying to guard one and the other so they can't make a double on them and leave something to come around later.
Lead player hasn't made too many mistakes, 93%, just up against the team in great form. 95 for Suzuki.
Peel that top one off. That's, as I was saying, you play those one in front of the other. You get the one. Now you still have something you can come draw behind if you want. Or you put another one out in front, which I just saw Drendel point to.
Marika Tretten. She has struggled a little bit, 75%. Second player.
I thought I saw the indication to go up. They end up coming into the rings behind that guard. Well, that was plan B. If they don't get rid of the stone in the rings, make sure you get the guard off and pushes it over to the side. Trying to use those stones. They play the hit, leave theirs in front. Thought they might try and just tap something back. So look into the lens. Not through the lens, but into the lens.
Yeah, capturing all the moments here. Great shots, great color.
Lots of media covering this Japanese team this week and become very popular.
And particularly because they're doing so well, so they're getting media from other countries too, very interested in their story and who they are. And they've certainly been promoting themselves well, not just on the ice. Alina Jencha, 85% for this game.
Well, trying to bunch some stones, make it tough for Japan to play the big weight. Still can. They're hoping to try and roll a little bit further behind that red stone. Well, Shinami Yoshida plays one over the top.
Here's another one.
Just one after the next. Ho-hum, just go down. I'll just make the double. High fives all around.
No trouble at all.
Of course, can't sweep it. They're just trying to motion it with the broom, get it out. So all these shots need to be perfect for this German side. Well, playing the freeze now, it changed. Do they have enough? They make that call too late. Get around. Bury it behind that stone. Nicely done back of the forefoot.
9でもう1個。9秒で。コンティニューでいい。
Satsuki Fujisawa go straight back. Just played a number of these a lot longer.
89% for the game, the Japanese skip. It's impressive stuff.
Nose, nose. Set 2. A clinic this morning by the Japanese team of playing hits.
Germany running out of option, running out of stones. Over on sheet C. Goodness me, Sweden up on Italy.
And this is a 3 that really came out of nowhere for Italy. It was before Maria Pritz threw her last. It was Sweden lying one, and it was partially protected. A hit that was a little wide on her shot. Lost their shooter, lost the yellow counter, and an open draw for 3.
Sure, that make Italy feel a little better about things and making it a little more interesting as well. Sweden 8, Italy 4. Both teams really struggled this week. And Daniela Drendel's stats not good for this game. 70%. But is she shot stone there?
Don't think it's going to be there very long to even have to worry about it.
To be an issue.
Das war genau richtig gespielt. Müssen wir nur in Ruhe lassen. Ich sehe es so schlecht.
I think they're looking to see if knows what would be left. We look around all the other scores. 6-0 Scotland.
Yeah, some big
Controlling
scores out there
against
today,
Russia.
big numbers.
Yeah, some lopsided games. Finland up 5-2 in the 6th end against Korea. Well, Italy had that 3, as you saw, against Sweden. So a 4-point game in their 6th end. Want to try and get nose, maybe a little inside roll. Lie 3. Have to roll a little bit now for Drendel to get 1. But also has to flirt with that top stone.
Yeah, she's having to work very hard indeed, and not much return for Drendel at all. Those 3 red counters. She composes herself, does her pre-throw routine ahead of this last stone of the 6th end.
Well, got to hold this one.
Can't afford any mistakes here.
Well, it spins away and looks like gonna be another point for Japan. As that one rolls across the top.
Japan are quite surprised at that. When it's not going your way, it's not going your way.
Nee, dann immer. Wir dürfen auch noch 6, oder? Ich glaube, das ist besser für uns alle.
And they decide.
That is it. They are calling it quits. Just too much to do, too much to pull back. Save your energy for your next game. Regroup. But what a fantastic performance again from Team Japan. what a victory for them. Another all-round good performance. Two sets of coaching staff shake hands. It is over.
Yeah, very impressive game there from the Japanese side. Just controlling that entire game. Well, as our game finishing early, look at Sheet A. Will be our extended coverage as we jump over to see what's going on between Russia and Scotland coming in. These two teams, Scotland tied for first, Russia tied for fourth. But it has been anything but the close match. We thought steal of 3 in the second end by Scotland has them en route to a 6-0 lead. And look at all those yellows in play. Missed the last of skip stones for Eve Muirhead and her Russian side, or pardon me, Scotland side. Nose hit. Can lie 6 if she hits this squarely on the nose. Make the hit, and we'll slide right in. That forefoot well protected. How do you score if you're Russia? Can you play a nose hit on that top one to have enough to spin them all up? So lying 6 yellow stones. Come down, get to the nose of that one, and a little tap. Have to be real precise. Anna Sidorova and her team 5-2. They've seen Japan, who they were tied with for that final playoff spot coming in, win already, so they're at 6-2. Playing just 59% on the game. Anna Sidorova has a hard final shot. Has to get to the nose. Can't roll off. Got to keep this off the center line. Can't touch that top yellow. Chip, roll off. And it's going to be yet another steal of 1, so another point for the Scots. Russia yet to get on the board in this one. Nothing going the way of Anna Sidorova, while Scotland is rolling, leading 7-0 after 6 ends. Welcome back here. The 2016 Ford World Women's Curling Championship. See, zeros on the top line. And Russia, 5-2, has not been able to do much in this one. Scotland controlling. Deep in the rings, it's a 7-0 game. Our feature game, Japan and Germany, ended after 6, 8-1. See, 98% Kruka Ezek. We'll have to get the two corners out in front. Try and get some momentum here going in this game. Maybe not just for this one, but leading in to their next.
Okay, like go 75. It does move here.
Both these teams will play Switzerland in their next game. Scotland will take on Switzerland in the afternoon. They hold on to this lead. They can be alone atop the standings with a 7-1 record. Well, can't remove that one as it spins over to the side. Will it hit the boards? And it does just hit the bumper. So it goes back out in front. Just, I heard Eve say, maybe just overswept it. Just a little.
Не, ну на этот раз дом уже.
So let the peel game begin. We'll get the one. Russia trying to set up a multiple point score. Had been pretty efficient throughout the week, 30% of the time, scoring multiple points with the hammer.
Нет, нет. Ну, я спросила, будет ли? Нет, нет. Просто чем ближе сюда, тем угол.
Well, some angle now. Scotland's going to want to take a run. They want to try and get close to this. Pardon me, Scotland to make this double peel. Vicky Adams.
Really hard, Anna, really hard! You got it!
Try and catch the right angle. Get them both just underneath. A little thicker, they get it. Well, here's the sweeping, try and get that extra curl just underneath of that second guard.
Открыть полностью. Открыть полностью. Да. Ниже. Go. Молодец.
Well, no reason to go after and try and get that one in the rings. A 7-0 game. See the come around. I think this stage, you're Russia, you need to throw another guard up. Protect that one. Need a miss by Scotland if you're trying to score 1 or 2. As you see, good numbers for Margarita Fomina. 94% on the game. Well, the guard comes in, maybe tempting Scotland, try and make a run at it. I think we'll just continue to play the peel. Throw enough weight that if it does overcurl a little bit and get away with it, keeping it simple. Anna Sloan, the only lefty in the field.
That was a better throw.
Yeah, no, it was good. The first one you actually got it back here.
Надо зайти, за! Четыре за! Ниже, девочки, давайте. Ну давайте. Еще немножко. Поближе надо, поближе, свип. Да-да-да,
Well, trying to split the rings, trying to get themselves a 2. Jump over, look at Italy, Sweden. Another lopsided affair, 8-4. Maria Pritz facing a few, just trying to get her single point for Team Sweden. Looking to win game number 2. It's been a disappointing run for them. They try to end a 6-game losing streak. They're the only team to beat Scotland so far this week in their first game. The draw to the heart of the rings for Pritz and Sweden through 6. They have a 5-point lead over Italy. While Eve Muirhead trying to make a double. Well, now just a hit and roll. As over curls for Muirhead.
That's a bad slide.
Eh?
Bad slide. Terrible.
I should have kept them on it. I was thinking it was rolling a bit further in.
Just hit anything.
Well, Anna Sidorova trying to get her team on the board here in this one. The 7th end of play.
Свип, Кира! Свип, Кира!
60%.
Свип! Oh, 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 whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, catch that back one, which inconsequential at this stage. I'm sure Muirhead will give this a double a run.
Second half. First things first.
Well, there's the comment. First things first, make one go away. Didn't like her slide on the first. Look for a better one. Her final shot of this 7th end.
Yep. Oh. Yep.
Looks like she hasn't put a stone wrong here. 96%.
Well, gonna be close. Get one, and the double just like that. When things are going, they're going.
Beautifully done from the Scotland skip, Eve Muirhead.
And look at this, sweeping Sarah Reid. And enough. And hold the shooter as well. Get a lot of spin off that when you're
Возьми, давай.
playing the intern.
Возьми.
Now, Anna Sidorova draw for one and see what they want to do. Be down 6 with 3 ends remaining, giving up the hammer.
Yeah, it makes great reading if you're from Scotland. If you're from Russia, it's an uphill struggle. Last stone of the 7th end.
Мне кажется, надо. Мне кажется, надо. Уже очень надо. Уже он валит вообще невероятно. Девочки, надо 4 фута. Свин, не бросай.
No, need full 8 foot.
Бросай. 5 обязательно. Свин, 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 свин.
And they will just get it there. They will get on the board, get their one.
But
that's good enough.
Yep, they've had enough. What a fantastic win for the Scots. Finishing after that end. Too much for Russia to try and pull back. Final score, Russia 1, Scotland 7. Some big wins in the arena this morning.
Let's just go back.
Just watched Japan's 8-1 over Germany, and now that win for Scotland.
Well, they will be atop the standings. 7-1 record, Russia. A tough 3rd loss, and they'll play Switzerland tonight. Scotland will play them this afternoon and get a much-needed break before a big game against Vinja Felcher. It'll be a battle of the 2013-2014 world champions.
Scotland, one of the teams to beat. Now we're switching over to Finland against Korea on sheet D. There's the situation so far. Finland in control at the start, but Korea coming back. And Finland 5-3 up, 7th end.
근데 중요한 거는 얘가 잘못 튀어가지고 얘가 여기 있으면은 안
We've
돼.
just asked for a timeout.
나도 그냥.
Korea down 2 without the hammer. And seeing if they're in a good steal position. Every rock but one in play with just 2 rocks from.
So stick with us if you can, if you're still hearing us. We will keep on top of the action and bring it to you as soon as we can. It's the last stone for Korea. In the 7th end.
끝까지 가야 돼. 타이트, 타이트.
Into a very, very busy house indeed.
언니 타이트, 계속 타이트. 바꿨어 한번. 네. 몇이에요? 1.
We do have pictures back, so hope you're with us. We're watching the Finland against Korea game now in draw 12 at the Ford World Women's Curling Championship 2016. And the Finnish skip heading up just
okay for everyone up here after the outage? Or?
Well, as we wrap up our feature game here, Japan-Germany. Japan, lopsided controlling victory, 8-1 over the German side. So Japan stays right in the thick of things for playoff contention. Look back how we got to this stage with those scores. Japan-Germany, second end. And this the situation. Shot stone for Japan, but Daniela Drendel has her shot to hit in line 2. Over curls and rolls right out, which means a chance here for the split. Looked at just playing a draw for 3, playing the split here. Satsuki Fujisawa, split off the top, get in, lie 4, and there it is, a score of 4. Third end looking to come back and score 2 of their own. The outturn Daniela Drendel into the forefoot to try and cut into that lead.
Ich tue den Achter jetzt weg, der geht nicht.
Well,
Achter jetzt
over
weg,
curls,
der
comes
geht
up
nicht.
short. Only a single. And then the fourth end, Daniela Drendel trying to cut down the damage. Missed a double on her first. Now looking for the double on her last, facing 3 Japanese stone. Does it have enough to push it out? It doesn't, and 6 around, meaning an open hit. She looks to the skies for help. Fujisawa, make it count. Here the intern hit on the nose, score 3. And there it is, another big score. 6th end. After giving up a steal of 1, that's enough. Japan is victorious 8-1 over Germany as they improve their record to 6-2 on this year's World Championship.
And in the other games on sheet A, it was Russia 1, Scotland 7 final. Could win for Scotland, Italy 4, Sweden 9. They're playing in the 7th end. And we've reached the 7th end to Finland 5, Korea 3 on sheet D.
Well, Scotland sits alone atop, 7-1. Canada, Switzerland idle this draw. Japan closely behind them at 6-2, and Russia now looking on the outside, trying to peek their way into the playoffs at 5-3. Then Denmark at 3-4. And those 4-loss teams hoping they can still be in contention with the U.S. also 3-4. Germany a 5th loss, Korea 2-5. Finland, Italy, and Sweden all with just the single victory.
Again, another fantastic win. What made the difference this time?
おめでとうございます。いい試合でした。今日はどのキーポイントがありましたか？
負けた試合では序盤の入り方がすごく悪かったのが負けた原因だったりLSD で後攻が取れなかったりっていうところがちょっと弱かった部分だったんですけど、この試合はLSD だったり前半からすごくチーム全体としていいショットがつながったのが良かったと思います。
When we had a bad game before, it started right from the LSD, and missing that really affected the whole entire game. So this game, just from the beginning, right from the LSD, everything was on, firing on all pins. It just everything worked out.
Are you more of a morning team then, do you think?
朝が強いチームと思いますか？
いやー、そうですね。ちゃんと日本食も持ってきて、ちゃんと朝からパワーが出せるようにお米を食べて試合に臨んでいるのがいいかなと思います。
We actually brought food from Japan. We brought rice, and we had our rice for breakfast this morning, and I think that helped us have more power.
What was the target? What was the goal before the team came here?
ここに来る前の目標は何だったでしょうか？
やっぱり勝敗にこだわらずに一つ一つの試合を自分たちらしい試合をこなすことでコミュニケーションを常に取ることをチームで心がけて大会に入りました。
So rather than looking at what our overall results we were aiming for, we're looking at game by game, and we wanted to just be able to focus on every game, play it the way we like to play, communicate well, and do the best we can.
Okay, well played again. Well played. And that was Satsuki Fujisawa, the Japan skip. Another great win for Japan. We keep saying that, don't we? Anyway, that's it from Draw 12. Hope you've enjoyed the action. We'll see you for the next draw from Luke Coley and me, Alison Walker. Bye just now.